gotta find that hole.
Ho 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 and Merry Christmas. Or not, if you're Jewish. It's the holiday season. Look at my hat. They ran out of the regular Santa hat, so I had to get the Snoopy one. I'm not a furry. I mean, these ears are nice. I can understand why you'd be a furry. I'm not personally. But it's the holiday season, and what better topic to talk about than Santa Claus? Theoretical physicists, chemists, botanologists, archaeologists, scientists, Scientologists have all wondered to themselves, is Santa Claus really for real for real? His existence has been and still is one of the world's greatest mysteries, right next to the death of Abraham Lincoln. Hi, I'm Craig Breaditor, and I'm here to solve one of the world's greatest mysteries. Does Santa, do he really exist though? Let me take you back to ancient times. Again, Santa Claus, or as the Romans called him, Sinterklaas, was first sighted in 280 AD as a monk who went by Saint Nicholas. He was known for being very, very generous, giving to the poor, curing the sick, and just being an all-around great guy. However, his life would come to a tragic end when he was fatally shot in a drive-by shooting by popular rapper Lil Pump. This was shown in his 2017 album, I Damn Shot Saint Nick. However, it was said when he died, a distant sound of jingle bells and a chortle was heard across the entire planet Earth. Since that day, the world's been separated into two groups. The Santa believers, also known as Santanists, and the Santa deniers, also known as Santa deniers. I don't have a joke for that one. This single event resulted in the Christmas Crusades, a bloody series of wars that took place between 900 and 1000 AD, over land that both believers and deniers rightfully believed were theirs. Now, belief in Santa is clearly a polarizing topic, so I'm gonna tread lightly here. What Santa believers believe is that the drive-by shooting resulted in Santa's immortality and resurrection. Afterwards, he moved out to live in the North Pole, and every Christmas he hops on his big ol' dang sleigh powered by reindeer and brings gifts to every man, woman, child, and potentially dog. Now, personally, I don't believe in Santa at all. I was raised in a Santa believing household, and when given evidence and facts and logic, I came to my own conclusion that Santa did not exist. And I implore you, after watching this documentary, to open your mind a little bit, you big fucking dum-dum. I'm not saying that people who believe in Santa are dumb or stupid or buffoons or mouth-breathing little fucking fart faces, but I'm saying with the evidence presented, you gotta come to your own goddamn conclusion here. One of the pieces of evidence that believers cite mainly are the gifts under the tree. Every Christmas, every man, woman, child, man, boy, girl, non-binary child receives presents under their tree without any warning or evidence, not even a footprint, not a single measle, morsel. That's the word. Not a single morsel of evidence that anybody was there in the first place. Most people chalk this up to being Santa Claus, but looking into it, it might be a little bit more mysterious than you might think. How is it possible that every single Christmas, a person receives a gift under their tree exactly what they wanted? Who would have the ability to know what you wanted and when you were sleeping? Who's capable with such knowledge and the means to do it every single Christmas night? Who do you think? Who do you really think? That's right, Google.com. Google takes your information when you're sleeping and it knows when you're awake, what good and bad sites that you've been on, and logs it for the next Christmas season. Still don't believe me? Fine, idiot. That brings us to our next topic. How is it possible that one man gets around the entire globe in one night? According to data that I definitely did myself, he would have to be going 1,800 miles per second. That's almost impossible. Going that speed would tear your skin and turn you into a man skeleton. How is it possible that every house is reached? Well, obviously, Google. Everyone knows that Google exists everywhere. I believe that they have a giant group of spies that sneak into everybody's houses when they're sleeping, and they sneak gifts under the trees every single Christmas night. And with the amount of employees that Google has, it would take at most 2 to 3 hours in a single night. Now you might be thinking, this is unfounded. This is ridiculous. This doesn't make any gosh darn sense. This is all conjecture, you stupid, small Asian. You weak, pathetic. You're small. You're small. However, this last piece of evidence may shock you as much as it did me. Scientists that decoded messages and old writings basically confirmed that Santa lives in the North Pole. The harsh climate makes it almost impossible to find Santa's base, which leaves a lot of room for thought and belief in Santa Claus. However, a few years in, scientists realized that they made a huge mistake in translation, and when they tried to reveal that to the public, they were shut down by no other than Google.com. Santa didn't live in the North Pole like most of the population might think. After translating ancient Mayan scripture, it's revealed that Santa does not live in the North Pole. Santa lives in the Gorth Hole. Google perpetuated this fallacy to get deniers to trek across the North Pole to get people to not believe in Santa Claus. However, they were swiftly and brutally murdered by polar bears. Over 150,000 people have died traversing the North Pole. Now, where's this Gorth Hole? Can finding it reveal the question of, is Santa Claus really for real for real? Why would Google do this despite it not benefiting them as a company whatsoever? We'll find out in the next episode of In Search for Santa Claus. Up next on In Search of Santa Claus.
But you gotta zoom in to my mouth, right? And I say we gotta find that hole because it's a part of the thing.